So, yeah. Hi everyone, welcome back to Vysh IAS. This is Neha, and as we are covering NCERT of class 11, geography class 11 NCERT. So this is the last chapter in the series where we'll be covering the last chapter of this book. Okay, before this we have completed all the 8 chapters thoroughly in the way that you need not to study anything, like you need not to waste your time more in those NCERTs. You can just directly watch those lectures and your work will be done. Okay, at the places I have used the maps. So basically the way through which you can complete this book, like the way we have completed, is simply by making charts. So make the map and just you'll be like able to complete this book very easily. Okay, other than that we have also used some tricks in the between, so go and watch all the 8 chapters before this. Okay, and other than this we are finishing up with this book. Like today is the last lecture of this book, and after this we'll be starting with the another book. Okay, and with this, I am Neha Duniwal from Vysh IAS, and Vysh IAS is available on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You can write us on Gmail, or you can just directly contact us on the WhatsApp. Okay, let's start it. Just give me a second, please. See, basically what we are doing is, we know this thing like we have covered almost everything, like population, the density, and transportation, communication, and whatnot. Okay, we also know this thing very well that geography is not only about all this thing. Geography has so many aspects. Okay, so geography have various perspectives. Like when we'll be studying the another book, there you'll be able to understand this issue more, that we have read about resources, we have read about the problems, but as a geography, when you talk about resources, when you talk about human utilization, then comes the environmental issues. So in this chapter we have various different topics which are directly or indirectly related to geography. So basically they are perspectives, and we'll be trying to cover them over here. You know this thing very well, that environmental pollution, when we talk about pollution, the first thing that comes to our mind is the release of substance and energy from waste products of human activities. Okay, we are the major source of pollution. Okay, you also know this thing that from class, like from your school standards only, you have studied like pollution is of 2 types, pollution is of 3 types. So basically pollution can be classified into air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, and noise pollution. These are the 4 types. Okay, and when we talk about water pollution, we know this thing that we are using the water like anything. Okay, we are wasting the water like anything. Okay, and the release of chemical substances into the water is the major source of water pollution, from the factories, from the industries. So you know this thing very well. Okay, I need not to just waste your time explaining more about these topics. We'll be quickly covering this chapter. Okay, and we know this thing like the quality of water, the quality degradation of the quality of water is being going very high. Degradation is high, so quality is getting low. Okay, it contains small quantities of suspended particles. When we'll be covering the environmental, yes, in our Vysh IAS test series, Vysh sir has been giving you the charts of environment also. Okay, there you will be finding everything, like the list of all those things very easily, like what percentage is there. So environmental section also he has covered very wonderfully. Okay, so you need not to worry for anything. And yes, other than this, Vysh sir has provided the, what we call it, 9-month installment facility for you. So whosoever has not enrolled till now, this is the golden opportunity. Yes, because he is going to close it down soon, because already lot many enrollments has come. The serious aspirant has already enrolled. So if you have not enrolled, kindly just make it quick. Do not waste your time thinking about any other thing right now. The most important thing at this point of time is your time. Yes. Okay, And we know this thing, though water pollution are also created from natural sources, erosion, landslides, decay and decomposition of plants and animals. Pollutants from human activities are the real cause of concern. Human being pollute the water through industries, agriculture. You know this thing, water pollution very well. We also know this thing that undesirable products from the industries are being released to the water, okay, like poisonous gases, chemical residues, numerous heavy metals. Like, forget about the rivers and all. We also, as human beings, we individually discard so much bad things, so much of chemicals into the groundwater. So ultimately, we are polluting the water as well. We know this thing that most of the industries waste are disposed of in the running water lakes. Consequently, poisonous elements reach the reservoir. Okay, so there's a circle. You must have read about the water cycle. Okay, so you know this thing that if you are polluting something on the ground, it is going to move to the clouds. Then again, it's a circle. Ultimately, if you are polluting something, it's getting into the environment. It's getting not disposed. It's getting immersed into the environment. So this is the water pollution. Okay. We also know this thing, various types of chemicals are there, organic, inorganic, that thing you know very well. Okay, well, let's directly come to the World Health Organization shows that about 1/4 of the communicable disease in India are waterborne. Like typhoid, you must have heard about. Okay, though river pollution is common to all the river, yet pollution of river Ganga flowing through one of the most populous region of India has caused great concern. To improve the condition of river, National Mission of Clean Ganga was initiated. The Namami Gange program has been launched for the same. Okay, let me tell you the level of water pollution. How you will come to know the level of water pollution. Recently only I went through the typhoid because I drank contaminated water. I don't know from where, I intentionally didn't had it, but I went into the typhoid phase. Okay, and when I talk about corona and COVID, things are not over yet. Believe me, things are not over yet. I have been through the same phase. Like, my condition was same as it was in the COVID. So basically, this is what we are getting in return. Every time I'm falling sick these days, I am just realizing that this is what we are getting in return from the Mother Earth. Okay, the most important slide of this lecture. I am going to cover this, then the theory part is same or not. Okay, the pollution involved is this one column and sources are this. You know this thing, air pollution comes from our vehicles, we are driving it, the refrigerators, the air conditioners, all those things. Okay, petrol, diesels, solid waste disposal, sea-waste and disposals. Okay, and what are the air pollution? Oxides of sulfur. Anything which is oxide of sulfur is, and not anything, SO2 and SO3. Oxides of nitrogen, okay, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, ammonia, lead, aldehydes, asbestos and beryllium. Okay, and let's talk about the water pollution. Sewage disposal, urban runoff, toxic effluents from industries, runoff over cultivated lands and nuclear power plants. Alright, then water pollution, odor, dissolved, suspended solids, ammonia, urea, nitrate, nitrites, chloride, fluoride, carbonates, oil, grease, insecticides, pesticides, residues, tannin, califor, MPM, bacterial count, sulfates and sulfides, heavy metal, leads, arsenic and manganese and radioactive substance. Okay, water pollution. Land pollution is improper human activities, disposal of untreated industrial waste and all. So human and animal excreta, viruses and bacteria, garbage vectors, they are in pesticides and fertilizer residue, alkalinity, fluorides, radioactive substances. Noise pollution, high level of noise above tolerant level. Aircrafts, automobiles, trains, industries, processing, advertising, media. Okay, and then sources of pollution in Ganga and Yamuna river. Okay, see, when we talk about Ganga, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, the states covered. Okay, so what are the polluted states? Like Kanpur, Varanasi, Farakka barrage. We talked about Indira Gandhi Canal, starts from there only. Okay, nature of pollution, industrial pollution from towns like Kanpur, domestic waste from urban centers, dumping of carcasses in the river. There's a tradition of this thing that they dump the dead bodies into the river. Yes, I have even myself seen dead bodies at times floating from the Ganga river. I have seen it. Cities of Kanpur, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna, Kolkata releasing domestic waste. Okay. And when we talk about Yamuna, the Delhi and UP spread, I think you guys have also covered that India NCERTs which we have covered. So if you have not covered it, just go and cover it. Okay, there we have talked about rivers as well. And if not, then comment in the comments section. Delhi to conference with the Chambal, Mathura, Agra, extraction of water by Haryana and UP. Okay, agriculture runoff resulting in high level of micropolitan, domestic and industrial wastes of Delhi. Delhi dumping its domestic waste. Okay. Then let's talk about the Namami Gange program. Ganga as a river has a national importance, but river requires cleaning by effective controlling. Okay, Namami. The union government has launched the Namami Gange program following up like this. What? Sewage treatment, industrial effluence monitoring, development of river funds, afforestation along the banks of increased valley, cleaning the river surface, development of Ganga Grams in Uttarakhand, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, creating public awareness to avoid adding pollutants to river, even in the form of rituals. Air pollution, you know this thing. We have read about air pollution over here. So major thing is knowing the sources and then the pollution involved. So oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxides. So SNC, hydrocarbons, ammonia, lead, aldehydes, asbestotes, beryllium. Okay. That's air pollution. And when you talk about noise pollution, you know, we are honking, using the loud music tonight. There's a rule in like Rajasthan where after 10 p.m. you cannot play the loud music. Okay, got it? Noise pollution, you got it? Like the level of steady noise is measured by sound is decibels, in decibels. Okay, there may be added periodic pollution, sirens, loudspeaker, various. Okay, all those things. Noise pollution. Urban waste disposal, one of the topic. What is urban waste? Like Swachh Bharat mission, you know this thing. Okay, the major setback of the was this only. Urban areas are generally marked like overcrowding, congestion, inadequate facilities, fast growing. Like I live in a urban area, and I know that's very much congested. Like the wind, when you open the windows, you do not find the roads are like open up. So there's very hard way to live. Environmental pollution by solid waste. Solid waste. What is solid waste? Old and used articles. From example, stained small pieces of metal, broken glassware, plastic containers, polythene bags, ashes, and all these things. These discarded material are also termed as refuse, garbage. So basically, from two sources, these garbages: household and domestic establishments. Okay, and industrial and commercial waste. The phone which you are not using right now and you have kept it like, okay, it is on my first waste. So that's also a garbage in itself. Okay. And you know this thing that huge turnout of ashes and debris from industries are like the urban waste disposal. Solid waste causes health hazard. You know this thing like obnoxious smells, harboring of flies, rodents, while act of carrying disease like typhoid, diphtheria, which I have recently gone through, diarrhea, malaria, cholera, etc. Concentration of industrial units in and around, the dumping of industrial waste into river and all those. Got it? Like these are topics which you know, but why I want you to go through it so that you get a rough idea and you get the confidence of completion that yes, one book we have completed it thoroughly. Okay, rural-urban migration, you know this thing. We know this thing that population move from rural to urban. Population from rural to urban areas is caused by many factors like high demand of labor, yes, unemployment, all those things, job opportunity, unbalanced pattern of development between urban and rural areas. In India, population in cities are rapidly increasing. Due to low opportunity in smaller and medium cities, the poor people generally bypass these small cities and directly come to the mega cities of their livelihood. A case study given below, read it carefully, and like one of the case study has been given, like a lady got married and then she moved to another city and then she was looking for employment. So go and watch that case study, read that. Okay, problem of slums. Many of you have watched Slumdog Millionaire, the clear picture of like the problem of slums in India. Okay, so the problem of slum, the concept urban or urban center is defined in settlement geography, differentiated from rural, about which you have learned in like same previous book which we are going to study. So all these topics which I am telling right now in detail we are going to study in the another book. So stay tuned, stay connected, do not go anywhere. We are going to complete all these two books all together. What promise Vysh sir has made to you, he is going to complete all that. He's not going to leave anything. He's going to complete, he's going to be on every of his promise whichever he has given to you. Okay, got it? Both urban and rural migrations are different in their function, sometimes each other. Okay, urban and rural both are different, but sometimes like complementary to each other. And other than this, yeah, India, which has predominant of rural population, we know this thing, our major of the population lives in the rural area. Okay, approximately 69%, where villages were considered as ideal republics by Mahatma Gandhi, right? Most of the rural areas are still poor performing primary activities. Here, most of the village, like you must be watching the farmer issues recently, so not much of problem is there. This may give an impression that urban center exists in undifferentiated homogeneous entities in opposition to rural area. On the contrary, urban centers in India are more differentiated in terms of social, economic, political, cultural and other indicators of development that are in another area. At the top, there are farmhouses, high income group localities, characterized by well-developed urban infrastructure like wide roads, street lights, water and sanitation facilities, lawns, well-developed green belts, parks, playgrounds, provisions of individual security and right to privacy. At the other extremes of it are the slums, jhoppadis, clusters and colonies of slanty structures. These are inhabited by those people who are forced to migrate from rural areas to these urban areas in search of livelihood but could not afford proper housing due to high rent and high cost of land. They occupy environmental incompatibility and degraded areas. Okay, slums are residential areas of least choice, dilapidated house, poor hygiene conditions, poor ventilation, lack of basic amenities like drinking water, light and all this. Moreover, most of the slum population works in low paid, high risk. We know this thing, like the slums in India are like facing tremendous issues. Okay, just stay connected, we are going to complete it. Yes, one of the largest slums of Asia, we are going to read about it. Okay, unorganized sectors of urban area. Consequently, these are undernourished, prone to different types of disease, illness, and cannot afford to give proper education to their children. The poverty makes them vulnerable to drug abuse, alcoholism, crime, vandalism, escapism, apathy, and ultimately social exclusion. Okay, now the Dharavi, Asia's largest slum. Buses merely skirts the periphery. Auto rickshaw cannot go there. Dharavi is a part of central Bombay where three-wheelers are banned. Three-wheelers. Only one main road traverses the slum, the miscalled 90-foot road, which has been reduced to less than half of that most of its length. Some of the side alleys and lanes are so narrow that not even a bicycle can pass. The whole neighborhood consists of temporary buildings. The Dharavi we are talking about, it's in Mumbai. 2 or 3 stories high with rusty iron stairways to the upper part, where a single room is rented by whole family, sometimes accommodating 12 or more people. It is kind of tropical version of industrial dwelling of Victorian London's East End. But Dharavi is a keeper of more sombre secrets than the revolution it spies to the rich. A revolution, moreover, that is in direct proportion to the role it serves to creation of wealth of Bombay. In this place of shadowless, treeless sunlights, uncollected garbage, stagnant pools of foul, where the only non-human creatures are shining black crows, long grey reds, some of the most beautiful, valuable used articles and all this. So, basically what you get it, Dharavi was an arm of the sea that was filled by waste, largely produced by people who have come to live there. Scheduled castes and poor Muslims. It comprises rambling buildings of corrugated metals, 20 meters of high in place, used by the treatment of heights. These are the pleasant parts, but rotting garbage is everywhere. Okay. You know this thing, these slums are the reason of land degradation as well. Wait, I have to complete one more topic. The pressure on agriculture, the voice is coming? Yeah. The pressure on agricultural land increases not only due to limited availability but also by deterioration of quality of agricultural land. Why I need not to explain anything in this chapter is there's a reason behind it. These all the chapters we are going to read in detail in another book which we are left with, and that book is also like not more than 10 lectures. We are going to complete it so smoothly. So stay connected, do not go anywhere. Soil erosion, waterlogging, salinization, alkalization of land lead to land degradation. So remember these 3 words: soil erosion, waterlogging, salinization, alkalinization. Okay, what happens if land is consistently used without managing its fertility? It will get destroyed. So that is land degradation. Land is degraded and productivity decline. Land degradation is generally understood either as a temporary or a permanent decline in the productivity capacity of the land. Though all the degraded land may not be wasteland, but unchecked process of degradation will lead to conversion of wasteland. There are two processes that induce land degradation. These are natural and created by human being. National Remote Sensing Centers has classified wasteland by using remote sensing techniques, and it is possible to categorize these wastelands according to process that has been created them. There are a few types of wasteland such as guled ravinaceous land, desertic and coastline land, barren rocky areas, steep slopelands and glacial areas which are primarily caused by natural agents. There are other types of degraded land such as waterlogged and marsh areas, land affected by salinity and alkalinity, and land with or without scrubs, which has largely been caused by natural as well as human factors. There are some other types of wasteland such as degraded shifting cultivation area, degraded land under plantation crops, degraded forests, degraded pastures, mining and industrial wastelands are caused by human action. Okay. So you got the topic. What we have read in this chapter are like the geographical perspective, various related topics about it. Yes, if somebody will ask you what is land degradation, so basically what you will get in this chapter is definition of land degradation, a short note on land degradation, a summarized version of land degradation. Okay, you need to understand it, to just study the environmental section very carefully. Okay. And this Dharavi, Asia's largest slum, wherever the slum topic comes, you can mention this thing, directly mention this thing, that will add points, okay. That will add good points to your answer. And then the rural urban migrations, the problem of slums in India, urban waste disposal, air pollution, noise pollution we have read. This is the most important slide of this lecture. Other than that, yes, Vysh sir again has created installment option for you. So kindly do not waste your time, because once we are going to close this installment facility, because we also have the limited, resources at times, so we have to manage accordingly. Vysh sir is not earning huge profits. Whatever he's doing for your best. So he is also limited. His hands are also tied up to just he cannot, like, every time he cannot give his till the end, right? So basically he's doing too much for every one of you, so do not take it for granted. At one point of time he has to marginalize the things, because already serious aspirants are there. Okay, if he cannot do injustice to them. Okay, so installment option is available. So just subscribe it as soon as possible. Do not waste your time. Just trust him and come to us. Basically, Vysh sir. So he's going to be the amazing mentor. He is the amazing mentor. So yes, keep watching our lectures. Just complete these books by these lectures. Just 10-12 hours. And other than that, just do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also with this, kindly take care of yourself. The viral which is being trending right now, which I have been through, is going to leave you, like, is going to waste almost your 15 to 20 days. I took 15 to 20 days to recover. So kindly take care, please. Just take care of yourself. Just eat and drink the things which help you gain your immunity back. Okay, so work on increasing your immunity. Okay, so stay happy, stay kind to everyone, take care everyone. It was nice having every one of you. So with this, we are ending this book. This was the last chapter. With this is the backup of this book. All the chapters are, all the lectures are being uploaded, so you can watch them anytime, anywhere. So yeah, take care, like, share and subscribe, and be happy, be kind. Bye for today, and see you in the next lecture of the next book. Till then, bye, take care.